It's almost hard to imagine now, but it was time you would pick up the local copy of Extra and there'd be at least a page full of people who we'd lost in the last 2 weeks. And sometimes it was a friend and sometimes it was that guy at the coffee shop and you didn't even know he was sick.
And in the early years we needed so much and hospitals were treating us badly and it just enraged me. I found it incomprehensible. And if it wasn't for being able to do something in the community, I probably would have gone mad.
There were people like Tony who were not only advocating for this principle of PHA leadership and PHA involvement, they weren't just advocating for it, but they were illustrating it.
Difficult meetings sometimes when people who are living with HIV were talking to the people who weren't living with HIV and saying, you know, you don't understand what we're saying and this is what's happening to us.
They were illustrating how it can work and how much value it brings to any piece of the puzzle to have someone who has a lived experience and has a connection with other people with that lived experience. And Tony was just one of those people who really made it clear that that was non-negotiable. Many of us know Tony because of all of the work that he's done for people living with HIV and AIDS, but I think that we also know Tony as someone for whom that's just a part of a much larger landscape of his drive for social justice.
We had done some work that said that there were some really important missing parts in the community. One was a state-of-the-art long-term care facility, and the other was a place for frail, elderly, and people living with HIV/AIDS.
It's easy to ignore seniors. It's even easier to ignore the seniors that are not well and are frail and require additional supports. We just can't have that. It's as simple as that. We just can't have that.
He's very passionate, incredibly passionate about what he's doing, but he can deliver it in a way where hopefully you'll be able to hear it. And I think he can deliver his message in a way that people can hear it.
You know, I've always primarily focused locally because I can touch that with my own hands.
Tony's leadership has really been quite important for us in steering the organization to be more effective.
But I'm beginning to realize as I got involved with the international conferences that there are a lot of locals. There are people who locally need help in Rwanda and in Russia. We create PWA foundations and ACT and Casey House and Rakai centers and shelters and all these things. I think because we want people to know that they're part of us, they're part of the community. I'm going to use the L word, that they're loved. You know, lots of people say it in different ways, but the way that I say it is if one of us isn't safe, none of us is safe. Yeah.